Happy Easter Saturday. I just wanted to bring you another story from our Easter collection. This story is by Liz Curtis Higgs, and it's illustrated by Nancy Munger, and it's called The Parable of the Lily. And it's not exactly a book about the Easter story, but it's a parable, and a parable is a earthly story that teaches us a lesson or has another meaning other than just telling us the story. And so I wanted to share this story with you, and then maybe we'll talk about it a little bit after. So here we go. This is the parable of the lily. One wintry day, the farmer's young daughter shuffled through the snow, headed for the mailbox at the end of the lane. Brr, it was cold. She peered inside the mailbox and she found a small white envelope. Surprise! It was addressed to her. Dear Maggie, the letter began, I'm sending you a very special gift. Look for it soon. I wonder what it'll be. Maggie loved getting presents, especially a gift as mysterious as this one. When would it come? Who was it from? And what would it be? The farmer's daughter waited and waited, some days patiently and others not so patiently. Then, one very ordinary afternoon, a box appeared on her doorstep. The gift had arrived. The farmer watched his daughter excitedly tear off the wrapping paper. He was eager to see what she thought of the present. But Maggie didn't say a word. She just stared at the small wooden crate full of dirt. Dirt was not at all what Maggie had hoped for. Would you like a box of dirt for a present? Poking out of the soil was a small piece of paper that told Maggie how to care for her gift. Hide in a cool, dark place. Water as needed when spring comes. Bring into the light. Then she knew it must be a growing thing, like a bulb that would someday bloom into a plant. Oh dear, her long-awaited gift wasn't a toy or a doll or a game after all. The farmer could see that his daughter was very disappointed, and his heart grew sad. The gift was from him. With a sigh, Maggie carried the wooden box down the steps into the darkest corner of the cellar and left it there on a shelf. Sometimes she remembered to water it, but most of the time, Maggie just plain forgot. The farmer did not forget, though. He just waited and watched. Spring came at last. The air was warmer, and the gray skies had melted into robin's egg blue. What a welcome sight that sun was. It was time for the farmer to hoe his garden, getting the soil ready for the seeds that filled his pockets. Maggie wanted to help, so she marched down to the cellar steps and got her own Maggie-sized gardening tools. That's when it happened. Searching for her toolbox in the darkest corner of the cellar, Maggie knocked the forgotten crate off its shelf. Crash! The crate splintered into pieces and the soil was everywhere. And the flower bulb that rolled to her feet showed signs of no life. What a mess! Maggie was mad that the box was mad at the box and even madder at herself. She swept up the dirt and threw away the broken box, grumbling under her breath. And that ugly old flower bulb, well, she tossed it out the cellar door, never to think of it again. Until Maggie woke up earlier than usual on Easter morning. A warm breeze blew through her bedroom window, and the chirping birds seemed to call her name. Still dressed in her nightgown, Maggie tiptoed out into the garden. She was hoping to find some daffodils or tulips to decorate her table for Easter breakfast. That's when she saw it growing. The loveliest lily that God ever made was blooming on the edge of her father's flower garden. Its white petals unfolded like a trumpet. Its leaves were green with new life, and its scent was fragrant as most expensive perfume. Maggie knew all at once what had happened. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry or shout with joy, so Maggie did all three at once. "Wake up, everybody, wake up! Come and see, my gift is alive!" Her family hurried out to the garden, and they couldn't believe their eyes. So much beauty from such an ugly box of dirt. Maggie noticed the farmer standing in the doorway, quietly watching. His smile gave way to his secret. "Father, it was you who gave me the lily," Maggie squealed with delight. Suddenly, her little girl smile began to fade. Oh dear, she had thrown away her father's gift without so much as a thank you. How that must have hurt him. "I'm sorry, Daddy," she said, putting her little arms around his big waist. "Will you forgive me?" "Oh, my child," the farmer whispered, hugging her tight. That's what the Easter is all about. The end. This book is about a lily, but it's about so much more. It's about things that we forget to do and things that we do wrong that we shouldn't do. It is about forgiveness, and it's about new life. You know, her ugly, dirty little box full of dirt, it became a lily. It grew a lily, and she didn't even know it. And God does that inside us. Sometimes we do things that we shouldn't, or we don't do things that we should, and God creates something new in us, even when we are dirty and we have those sins on us, even when we don't feel good, even when we don't feel like we should have new life, even when we don't feel like we are beautiful. God takes us, and He loves us so much, and He knows how much we are sorry, and He takes our sins because Jesus died on the cross that day, that Good Friday day, and He rose again Easter morning so that we could have new life, so that we could be with God forever and ever, and so that we could have forgiveness of sins. And God is so good to us, and so good in giving us that new life and that joy that comes with that. I love how on Easter morning when she saw the lily, she cried and she squealed, and she had joy and she had love in her heart, and that's what we feel like on Easter morning. And I hope that you guys get to celebrate with us on Easter. If you want to celebrate with us, you can join us on Facebook or on our website for our live streamed services at 8 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, or you can watch anytime on our archive on the website. You can find those videos there of our live services. But we hope that you join us, and we hope that you celebrate the love of Easter and the joy that comes with it, and God's great forgiveness and grace that we have in Him. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again very, very soon. I miss you guys a lot. Have a great day. Bye.